Welcome to the Red Half of Sheffield preview pod. Back to preview another match in the championship. This time, the Buoys, I believe, go away from home. Or is this at Bramall Lane? I haven't even checked.
Bramall Lane, yeah.
It is at Bramall Lane under the lights. And to preview Bristol City, I have Matt. Matt, how are you doing on this early afternoon, early morning here stateside?
Yeah, it's about 10 past 2 in the afternoon here in the UK. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much, Chad. Thanks for having me on.
We're doing this on the back of what is an absolute, I'm almost speechless, a shock result in the championship this morning. League greats, all-time great team, the greatest side to ever walk onto a pitch and in football term history, Leeds somehow went and lost to Pompey today. So as we're recording this, United are level on points. So it certainly ramps up the magnitude of Wednesday's game. Here to preview Bristol City. Man, my head is just in like a tizzy
that result's
right now.
thrown you, hasn't it? Yeah.
It's put me for something crazy. So Matt, getting back to Bristol City, while we're here to preview Sheffield United and Bristol City, give us your thoughts on Bristol City's season thus far. So very surprising to me, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think right at the start of the season, our podcast, Three Peeps in a Podcast, we sort of said if we were entering the final game of the season in touch with the playoffs, that would really be a good season for us. I think we're doing better than we expected, but we're still managing somehow to sort of shoot ourselves in the foot a little bit. So even yesterday, we were in 7th place after a really good win in the week away at Millwall at the Den. A comfortable 2-0 victory. We controlled the game. And then yesterday we come up against Hull City. We're playing at home. They take the lead, and then immediately their goal scorer gets sent off, so they're down to 10 men. And we struggled really to break them down. We did get an equaliser through a penalty, but really, Chad, we never looked like scoring. So we're still 7th with the results below us going for us. Coventry winning with a 97th minute winner, and West Brom holding out with a 1-0 win. It does mean we're now 2 points off 6th, 3 points off 5th. And so it feels as though it's a missed opportunity. And as I say, although I think we've done far better than probably expectations, with now where we've got to, we should be trying to see it over the line. And sadly, I don't think that we will. I think we'll end up missing out.
It's certainly surprising to me the position of where you guys sit at the table. As you mentioned, 7th. The old cliche of the championship is Bristol City, you can pencil them in about 12th, 13th, 14th every season.
Yeah.
So as you finished off that thought with your expectations not to make the playoffs, I'm fully convinced that there's 3 teams for 2 spots. There's one team that's going to get in the playoffs, and whoever comes 6th, this division this year is so screwed up that whoever comes 6th is going to be 20 points off a 3rd or whatever it is, and they're going to go up, and then that team's going to go into the Premier League. Why do you, and I don't know if that's the sentiment of the supporter base of Bristol City, but why do you think it'll just be a bridge too far for them to get into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're consistent enough in terms of either our performances or our results. Very, very much this season, other than probably 2 games that I can think of, Blackburn away, Portsmouth away, we've been in every game. We gave yourselves a good game at Ashton Gate, narrowly losing that one through almost a moment of madness from our goalkeeper, which opened the door for you to get the equaliser. And then, we just I think the Millwall victory was only the second time this season we've had back-to-back victories.
Mhm.
And you're just not going to achieve a top six finish if you're not more consistent than that, and you don't go on a
Yeah.
run of victories. I think Coventry have won maybe 5 on the banks and won 9 out of 10, which is why
Mhm.
they're where they are. But in fairness, the teams below us aren't really doing anything. So I
Yeah.
do think you're dead right. I think the top three is yourselves, Leeds, Burnley. I think Sunderland have got fourth nailed on, and then it really is Coventry, West Brom, us, Blackburn, Middlesbrough. There's a few in it. So if we can go on a run, we've got every chance. But
Yeah.
as I say, our history this season has said that we won't go on those run of victories that are needed.
Well, I mean, that's why I love this division, because it's so tight. It's
Mm.
so competitive. Okay, so we turn our heads to midweek Wednesday night under the floodlights at Bramall Lane. Tell me how you describe to me how you think this one's going to go.
Yeah, the game got changed. Actually, it's Tuesday now. It got
Oh,
pulled forward, so it's Tuesday. But I honestly don't know, Chad. I mean, you're picking up results. I know when we spoke earlier in the season, you didn't necessarily fancy yourselves for promotion, and
mhm.
you've kept pulling out results after result.
Yeah,
As you say, the Leeds result today against Pompey was a surprise. So I kind of hoped almost that Leeds would win that one, but then there's a bit of me that thinks, well, maybe you might feel there's an opportunity then to go top, and therefore that pressure might get to you. Clearly, you're going to have the vast majority of possession. We've got to
mhm.
defend really well, and potentially hit you on the break. One thing I would say is we have performed better this season against the better sides, the sides that like to come out and play. So I think we'll be in the game, but going away to Sheffield United is never easy. We have had some good results there. I
Yeah.
can think of an Andy Weimann hat trick a few seasons back that
Mhm.
stands out. But I think we would have to be at the top of our game. You to have a bit of a misfiring night for us to come away with anything. And realistically, Chad, a point for us would be a brilliant result. But you're also at the stage of the season where it is now all about wins.
Exactly.
So and our manager Liam Manning he's a little bit safe at times. So um, if my heart over my head, I'd say yeah, we'd be looking for a point and maybe scrape a lucky win. But
Yeah.
if I'm looking at head over heart, I would fancy yourselves to get the victory.
Yeah. I don't see many goals in this one. I kind of
Mm,
see, I, if it could be a 0-0, or you on the counter could nick a goal and just defend, and not concede, or we could go and score a goal and then
yeah.
not concede. It's going to be one of those nervy games, and obviously it's going to be ramped up with the ramifications of today being on level on points with Leeds. You'll go top. Sheffield United will go top if they win that game, because I
Mm,
believe Leeds don't play until Wednesday because they play today.
that's right.
Um, so a very interesting setup Wednesday night. God, if you don't love the championship, you got to get your head checked. Before we get out of here, Matt, drop where the folks can listen to the pod.
Yep. So we're on all of the normal places that you can go on. So Spotify, Apple, etc. And it's Three Peeps in a Podcast. We always review each and every game, and there are a couple of other. We have a Robins Reunited, which Patch, the host, does with former players. But yeah, get us on any of the platforms,
Yeah,
and all things Bristol City. Yeah,
yeah, definitely. Definitely give them a listen and listen to their thoughts on how they think. Tuesday night, I was misspoken at the beginning of this one. Tuesday night's affair is going to go. But if you guys haven't done so, Red Sheffield everywhere you can find podcasts, YouTube, Twitter X at Red Sheffield, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Until I'm back to preview what is now a huge game, a huge, huge derby at the weekend, I will leave you with Up the Blades.